Hi, Alicia. How you doing? Okay, I've got you queued up here, and this is your opening page. So, want to talk about? I'm going to go through each page here, and um, okay, and I'm just going to talk about this because this is we're almost ready to wrap things up here. So, I see you've made some changes and some other decisions. So, I'm going to talk about those as well as your typography, your grid layout structure, as well as your background pages. And we'll tighten this thing up so we can get ready to submit. Okay, I created section artwork each day in my sections for each of my sections. I'm seeing things. So I divided my portfolio into 3 sections. That's cool. Um, as long as it makes sense to you, and a lot of times it's going to make sense to you based on the order of your the items in your portfolio are going to be based on the interview that you go on. So, just so you know, your pieces in your portfolio will be interchangeable, especially in your book that you were talking about. Those are, I mean, it's easy to interchange pieces in your digital PDF portfolio, but in a book, it's a little more tricky. Remember, I told you about those pages, those um, screw posts. Well, they screw down, and there's an envelope, like I think it's called neoprene. I don't remember what it's called, but it says like it's clear plastic, very tough envelope that doesn't have a whole lot of sheen, and that's what we put inside. So what you would have is the portfolio would open, okay, and then those screw posts. You lock those down with the pages in between. When you want to change the pages, you just unscrew them, take a page out, put another page in, and screw it back down. So and then the way the pages will be that I was talking about back to back is that in the center sleeve, in that sleeve, you'll have this page on this side and then the next page. Okay, so then you turn the page and then this page would be on this side, so the backs are facing each other, and then likewise on the next page, so that your pages are facing. Okay, and that way it's easier to change out spreads without actually changing the actual sleeve itself. You just open the sleeve, pull the spread out or pull the piece out, leaving the back side in, put the new spread in this side, screw it back down, and then your new spread is right there without disrupting any of the other work as the pages turn. Okay, that's how your book would work. Your portfolio, we just PDF, you would just go ahead and change the work out. Let's go ahead to page 1. This is something that you're not going to really, this wouldn't make sense to say in an interview, Alicia, because the person would have already gotten the cover letter and the resume, which you would have sent in your envelope with your business card. So they would already have all of this. So this won't be part of your final. This will be part of your submission for this class, of course, but the portfolio that you circulate to represent yourself professionally won't have this in it. Okay, so understand that the recipient will have already got this prior to looking at your portfolio. These are handled beautifully. I think you've really got a nice thing set up here. A couple of inconsistencies. I see what you've done here to eliminate that bleed that I was talking about. I see you've added this line, which is a pretty good solution, and I must say. But you have, okay, sorry about that. Anyway, but the inconsistency is this. Let me just close that so it's not in our way. But anyways, so you have the line here, but you don't have it here. This one's still bleeding off the side of the envelope. And then this one, you don't have a line, but you have a box around your whole card, as you do on your portfolio. So let's lock that down in terms of consistency. I think this area right here, I think the letters here could be increased. Well, I shouldn't say that. Letter size is fine. This area right here, I think, is pretty large. I think you could close that down to a regular pentagon and just encapsulate your initials or your monogram with that pentagram. That way, you're not having to worry about bleeding off the page or this area here or boxing things in. And I think that will help lock down consistency. I think your margins are too wide here in a business letter. I would close that down to something like this for the live area. And I think for the portfolio, I mean, you might even be a little bit wide there. I'm thinking more something like that. Well, I can't grab that. No, I won't be able to grab that. So here, yeah. So imagine moving this area up into composition and confining all of your type into that area. Okay, so we just have a consistent box when we're looking at these, a box that we place, imaginary box that we place the information in. Okay, let's move on. Again, you still have the two typefaces down here. Nice alignment, good job. I remember telling you technically this should align right here. Let me just pull out a guide. This right here, all of this text, where that guide is, all this should be aligned to that guide right there. That. And then these bullets should hang over this side a little bit. Okay, so all your text is in alignment. Another alignment issue is this card right here. Let me go ahead and move that guide. Okay, let me move that guide. And I just want to move it to right here so that we can see that there's the edge of your page, but your business card isn't in alignment. So that's creating some unusual tension right there. Let's move to the next page. Too much, Alicia, too much. This is just, it's starting to overpower. Well, starting to. I mean, this is completely overtaking. And you don't want that. You don't want to really pound one particular element over and over again. Try to be a little more subtle. This is a great technique to introduce what's coming, or if that would be the left side of a spread to introduce, but it's just too much like this. I mean, I'm going to suggest, I think the obvious thing to do would be leave this in the pentagram. I mean, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that's 6 sides. Wait a second. I want to see something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's a pentagram. So you got 5 sides here, and you have 6 sides here. So that's an issue. I was wondering about when I was looking. I was going, wow, that shapes are real, and that's why. So you want to tighten that down, get that shape the same for consistency. I would remove all of that and just use that shape, that pentagram, to put your, or whatever. Why do I keep saying that? That pentagon to introduce the page, but that, again, that can go. Good page. This, very nicely done, indeed. Nice job. A little bit of alignment issue right there. You see how that overhangs? Another alignment issue right over here. See how that postcard overhangs? I think it might on the other side too, so. Okay. Next page looks great. Good. I mean, try to use white space in your work. Again, too much there. A little more white space on the page. This page looks great. Good job. Yep, good job. Very nice. Very nice. By the way, production-wise, these aren't, dotted line is a cut line, not a fold line. A red line is a fold line, and a red dotted line is a cut line. So as long as you know that, and that's typically what is okay. And then also take a look at this right here, section 6, electives. See how that jumps around? See how those jump around? You don't want those moving around your page. Okay. I would put a hairline stroke around wherever the page edge of this is, so that we can see, so it doesn't just look like it's kind of floating around. I know I'd say don't put things in boxes, but all we're doing is indicating the edge of the page to make it a little easier. So I want to keep this down below 10 minutes. So this is your last page. And again, I think it's too much. I think you have a tendency to over-design. The background is just too much, and this is all just too much. So I know you can't do anything about that right now, But you know, let your design do the work. Let your design do the talking. You've got a very nice eye for design, so I don't think you need to try to supplement your design with a lot of these accoutrements, bells and whistles, so to speak. Okay, so you're doing wonderful. I think everything looks great, and I'm really looking forward to seeing you move forward. But if you have any questions, get with me before you do so. Okay, great job. Thanks.